Hello everyone out there in amazing immense internet land and huge YouTube space, and I'm Al. I'm home, and I tell you what, today we're gonna be doing what? We're gonna be doing this glass and just from my bathroom, and I took it just randomly while I was washing my face out of our maid home, and yes, I've never gone for this item, and now we're gonna be just be immersed into my shit of tonight, which is gonna be related to this stuff, and let's do it. What do we have here? We have pretty ordinary, I should say, ordinary shaped glass made out of glass, which is good, and why not again? you know, you know what I mean, right? And it's made out of glass and what? And it's round shaped on both its upper and lower ends, and the lower end is pretty thicker of its bottom, and the bottom part is thickest, like I don't know, maybe around 5 millimeters. So the thickness of the glass that the lower part is made of is like bottom and side, like saying the upper end widens towards its upper end widens, gets wider up to the full extent of the upper end of this glass, and the upper part is like has hollow part. Over here we can pour in and out the water in and out of this glass. And what else? It's a volumetric object, and is squeezed. I don't know fucking why that happened. It's squeezed partly. Maybe it's even while it was it was it was being produced. They squeezed it, and while making that production process, now is it solidified during production, it got this shape of being oval shape, not a round circle, completely round. Like partly, I have to say this camera angle is right and is depicting the right position right now. You see that oval shape instead of circular, strictly being like circular one. And guys, what else? These sides are they're flat. Those it's the like separate issue. We're gonna dive slightly more deeply into details, so that would be more clear to a probably Native American ear. For me, it's clear and how to externalize it the best way I can. And the sides, the side are kind of like thin, hollow part that goes all the way around. There is like the side, or let's call it this way, and the side is separated in a separate section, a bit like at a flat at a flat at a flat just being like a flat side, or the sections are divided with those like ribs, let's call them this way. Those ribs, they're they're parts, they're those sides, little sides, or flat ones. They flank to each other and make that not a straight angle, like bigger than a straight angle, maybe the angle of around 170 degrees each section. They have a bunch of those sections around this glass, and those flat shapes make something like, if we put it at the right angle to my light bulb that's shining right now pretty brightly, then we have those shimmering lines coming out of those surfaces, and there are, how many there are? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, whatever. I can go randomly and endlessly, because we cannot count them all. By if I made notch here by making some scratch, or maybe some line, or with my whatever pencil or pen, that will be have the complete or exact number of those sides. But as soon as I didn't, so we done. And let's say that 20 or around that number, I'm pretty sure about it. And what else? The upper one is hollow, the lower one is equipped with bottom part, which is good, because what I do regularly when I'm sitting in my bath, like literally sitting on my landed my ass and my ass into the bath, when I'm sitting there while I'm taking a shower and I'm pouring out water onto my head, not using that shower head, as Jack taught me, the shower head thing we pour out the water on our bodies when we are taking a shower, you know what I'm saying? Instead of that, I'm using this tool. I don't know if I can, why I'm doing this, but I'm doing, and I'm pouring out water onto my head while I'm taking a shower. It soothes my aching soul, my ears, my eyes, my brows, my whatever, hair, my tentacles, my whatever. And I'm pouring out water, and that again gets me to the right condition. That's probably the main point that I brought this item to show and tell for this video shoot for it off tonight. And while I'm doing this, that probably stems from my childhood years when I used to do that thing, as I told you about it, pouring out the water out of some cool container onto my head. And as I got older, I quit, and then I reinstated that activity. And after reinstating that activity, I know that word is reinstate is not appropriate here, but I just wanted to practice, and I did. And I resumed with the activity to pour out water onto my head with something silver like this glass, and it's pretty epic. It's not dirty, it's like warm with time and with my arms, and it has what it has is powder pieces of washing powder that got stuck to its bottom. I should say inner bottom part is like some white piece of washing powder in there. It's still in there, makes that cool fragrance. I can smell it right now. It's cool. It brings me good memories when I was little, and my father brought home this first time I see that washing powder, not from Soviet Union but from some Western world that was imported in our country. The trademark of that washing powder was Dixon. That was the year probably 1991, and I smelled it, and that was that. I fell in love with the smell of that Dixon washing powder. Now what I do, I regularly put my washing powder into this glass, so to measure the right amount of washing powder to wash my stuff in my washing machine. And I gauge the amount of washing powder anytime I do my washing machine washing activities. I wash my stuff. I have to because it gets dirty and messy and jammed, and I have to bring it into life again by making washing activities. And what I do, I simply pouring out water onto my silly head while I'm taking a shower with this tool. And if it's been something good to your American ear, you can comment me down below, emboss me down below, give me virtual cookies down below in my comment section. I'll be anticipating that shit happen. If you follow for this long, then I applaud you. You're good peeps. Follow me whatever you ever doing. I was practicing my little American. I was telling the story related to this glass that I am pretty happy owner of, and I'm using it regularly. And I cannot but I cannot pass it on to someone else, because I have to use it, and it serves for me good. If it does so, then why change things then if they work right? It's been me, Al, my silly video shoot up tonight. It's been something to hear into your Native American ear. You know what to do, right? And again, thanks for following me, watching me, doing whatever you're doing. I will practice my American. If so, then you're allowed to be doing whatever in my comment section below. Be good, and thanks again for being with me tonight, and for doing whatever I feel you all. Be good, and now I can do. I got a roll. It's late time when you're into the 10 p.m. right now, but I'm happy that I practiced my American. And so do you practice the language that you like. Probably you like my Russian or whatever. I like my American, my Russian, or whatever. I'm good, and thanks again for being with me tonight, and for doing whatever you're doing. I'm good with anything that's been done by you. Be good, and I gotta roll again. Night. See you in a while. See you soon. Bye. Keep practicing. Bye. I'll be moving on since they release something good for it. Bye.